and my mic was muted. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet.
What did I say? What did I say? I was like, dude, it's gonna be a shit show.
Dude, I literally always screw something up. But guys, welcome to the episode 9, the real episode 9, because some idiot forgot to record last week's episode. We didn't have a backup, but don't worry, we have all those backups in place, and I double checked. I am recording. So, for your viewing pleasure, this will be up on our YouTube channel. Check out our YouTube channel. Please support the creator of our intro song, Logan Gabriel. You can find him at Logie, LOGEY.io. Check out the work he's done there. He does sound designs, worked on a bunch of video games, really cool dude. Proud to be his friend.
Yeah, definitely.
And
cool.
also a shout out to Mr. Stuff, who rebranded, redesigned, did a lot of work for us. And we're in full swing now. So G&G Cast with a new look. Cheese is on leave for today, but we got that nice little goblin over there for him to take his place.
Yep. Yep.
But don't worry, he'll be back next week for some. What is going on, Greg?
What are you doing to
Skype has been screwed. If you're listening to the audio only, the webcam just zoomed in on Greg. Just ducked down.
That armpit though.
Dude, it just went right in for. Oh, it's going back. Dude, if someone can. Dude, what is going on?
Dude, you have some like facial. I swear, dude, you have like facial recognition on. You have to.
Oh my god, where was the face in there? Oh, that was crazy. Guys, welcome to episode 9. We have a good show ahead for you today. If you're not familiar with the G&G Cast, we each bring some different topics to talk about every week. We're trying to mix it up and do some new stuff. One of these days, we'll have everything working and all 4 of us on camera, I swear. And it'll be amazing.
I'm knocking on wood on that one.
Yeah, knock on wood, but don't bite your tongue. In the meantime, just enjoy what we have going on. We will have a website up soon. We've got all sorts of stuff in the works, so we're super excited for it. I can't believe that happened still. Like, I really can't.
He's fucking losing it. He's just losing it.
Yeah, well,
it was great.
That was
10 out of 10 armpit.
That was actually crazy. Of course, I had my phone on mute. Of course. Anyway.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me.
It's like I'm Professor Quirrell and Voldemort's living in my armpit instead of the back of my head.
Oh
what?
Yeah.
Oh okay. Yep. I see. So, yeah. Harry Potter
pretty
reference.
much what happened there.
Is there a face under there? Can you just give me a lift? Like, is there a face under there? I just need to check.
I mean, do you want to see like the actual?
Wait, I think I heard. What was it? No.
Clean me. It smells like shit in here. Yeah. Anyway, you know, I need this. I'm gonna crack a beer. Oh,
yeah,
God.
man.
Cheers,
salute
everyone.
For everybody out there watching live or whatever. Crack a beer, enjoy it.
Quack a beer.
Have some quality water filtered by Brita.
You told me that was vodka. You lied. No, I was kidding.
Anyway, yeah. Some of the little skits I wanted to do won't work as well without Cheese here, so I might just hold off on a couple of them.
We're nothing without him. We're just falling apart.
Honestly, like our beard ratio is like way down. We're at 33% beard ratio.
Yeah,
33.33. Repeating, of course.
Repeating.
Yeah, we have much less beer being drank during the stream. Drank.
I'm trying to make up.
What's
for
right
it.
there?
I'll do double time.
Double time.
I'll double fist it.
All right, double fist. Yeah, we should do an Edward 40 hands cast. Just an idea, you know, because nothing could go wrong there, especially if we need to type at any point.
I would
anyway,
do like Edward Bomber hands. I don't think I would drink
just
40.
One?
I think malt liquors.
No, really Edward 40. You'd have 2 of them.
Edward Bomber hands, you would die.
Edward 4 Loco hands.
That's so heavy,
dude. 40s are worse. I feel like. I mean, it's malt liquor.
Yeah, but I mean, it's great for you. It's got.
How is it good for?
It's
vitamin C.
But let's get into the show, guys. We've got a great show ahead. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Grenades Goblins. There's no and in the middle because of character limit. Of course, we thought ahead, you know, with the foresight we had when we chose the name that we chose. But follow there for all the updates, everything going on. We've got a lot more stuff in the works. Hopefully, we'll have a better like automated system, a way of getting information to you better, and hopefully that's coming soon. Anyway, Buck, let's get into it. Crouton. Oh, Greg, we lost your feed.
Let's get right into the news. There's a little meme for you.
What's your topic?
My topic is going to be snacks. To give a little context to this topic.
Love Virtus Pro.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Virtus Pro snacks. Yeah. He's beautiful.
Virtus Pro.
Beautiful man.
Counter-Strike. joke. Sorry, everyone.
Best neck beard in the business.
Oh my god, it's
Oh,
terrible.
dude, it's phenomenal.
It's terrifying.
It's literally just like from here down.
I know, it's great.
It's weird. Anyway,
Let's talk about
I don't
snacks.
understand Polish fashion. I don't know how that works. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what it is. But I want to talk snacks, and to give a little context, for the past like couple weeks, I just got a dehydrator. So back in the day, I don't know, probably like 10 years ago, every hunting season, my dad and I like would make deer jerky. Like we'd like hunt and then kill a deer, and then like we'd have it processed and then get like the ground venison back and stuff like that, and we'd make deer jerky. Like we make venison jerky. And that was like a tradition. Like every hunting season, that's what we'd do. And so recently I was like, man, I've been like missing that jerky in my life. And obviously I don't really have anywhere to hunt around here because I don't really have any land or anywhere to go. But I was like, what's the next best thing? And I was like, oh yeah, beef jerky. So I was like, I'm gonna make some jerky. Bought a dehydrator with like the jerky making kit with the like. There's like a little think of it kind of like a caulking gun, but it has like a little. It's like a rectangular end piece where it comes out rectangular as you like squirt it out, the beef out.
So you do like a ground jerky? Is that how beef jerky works?
Yeah, I feel like that's. Oh well, I guess like jerky you'd buy in the store is not ground.
It's
beef.
usually like strips, right?
Yeah,
All right, but I think
like
I think I know what
yeah,
you're
I didn't
talking about
think
because
about
I had a friend who lived in like northern Ohio where they hunted a lot, and they would do jerky, and he'd bring this bag. It was like spicy and sweet, and I would just sit there and play Skyrim and eat this jerky. Oh man, it was so good.
For like you would like exist on only jerky for days, and that's kind of like how
Pretty
it
much.
was. And that was like what it was for me. I was like, I really want that back in my life. Like I want that snack. It's not entirely horrible for you to eat. Like it's relatively healthy snack, especially like I'm making it like myself, so I know what's going in it. There's no like shitty preservatives and like crazy shit in it. So I started making jerky myself, like at home. Started dehydrating my own beef, like making my own recipes up and just like putting whatever random bullshit I wanted to in it. And that got me thinking, like, that's like my probably unequivocally my favorite snack of all time is probably homemade beef jerky. But I want to know what like just to discuss like what our favorite snacks are. What's your favorite thing to just like chow down on or just like snack on for hours on end?
Oh boy, it's a loaded question. I love tortilla chips. I love tortilla chips to death. I'll eat them with anything. Like I much prefer. Like I don't like potato chips pretty much at all. Like there are very few cases in which I actually like them. I don't like Ruffles. I don't like anything. I like
I can get
tortilla
on
chips.
board with that.
Which makes me so bummed out.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of like crazy flavors for like tortilla chips. It's
well, I
just
guess
kinda
like it's Doritos would be the.
that doesn't fuck no.
Yeah,
not,
but I don't like
those aren't
Doritos. I don't like Doritos either.
We're not talking about
I always thought it was
Doritos.
weird how Doritos marketed to like gamers when Cheeto dust is probably the worst, or like Dorito dust is the worst thing to get on your controllers and like keyboards
That
and
shit
stuff.
bothers me.
Yeah.
And like when you bite into a Cool Ranch Dorito and you taste metal, or maybe that's just me, but it always tasted like metal to me.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. It's a highly artificial,
Like a metallic.
Yeah,
There's something
it's very
weird about
metallic.
it. Like it reminds me of when I used to eat metal as a kid, and
Yeah, way back in the Gap, whenever like I was
like you ever just eat a box of Staples?
eating those lead paint chips off the side of the house.
So
Yeah, that's what makes you stronger. My dad said we can't live in this house unless you eat all the paint, so I ate all the paint.
Oh my god. I really like pizza rolls. I had some pizza rolls today. They're like a very
Ooh, that's a good one.
they're a solid snack.
That's a good snack food.
Which sometimes I turn
Shit,
into
I'll
a
make
meal, which I shouldn't do.
Yeah, I'll fucking do a dinner out of that. I'm not afraid.
Exactly.
Not a big
Lo-
snacker.
I love a classic just peanut butter sandwich. I do crunchy peanut butter and honey. Peanut butter sandwich, a tall glass
that's
of
a
milk.
good one. Yeah, that's
So
a good
good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
could
if you
do
consider that a snack, like some like midday.
No,
I'm
that's
kind of
definitely
hungry,
a-
but I don't want a lot. I want a meal
Yeah,
that I put
that's
a big
definitely a
stack of
snack.
tortilla chips.
I feel like
next to it.
that kind of defines what a snack is. Like you're not. It's like not mealtime, but you're like kind of hungry. Like
Yeah.
the in betweens of like, I'm gonna eat this. Like one for me is like pistachios. I'm a pistachio fanatic. I'll
Oh,
fucking eat
almonds!
anything.
The problem I have with almonds is
Always.
it turns into not a snack. Like if I buy a can of them, it's just like I just sit there and munch them all day until like my jaw hurts. Because I love almonds. I'll eat almonds with anything.
I crack open pistachios until like my fingernails are just like destroyed.
Yeah.
Like I have no fingernail. I'm like, whatever, fuck it, and I'll use my teeth.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Sunflower seeds.
I'm a big I like the Cliff and like Luna bars. I like the kind of like meal replacement, like kind of like dense caloric bars. I don't know. I'm not like a huge food, like I love good food, but like I'm also pretty lazy, so I kind of just like things that like
are done and ready to go.
Already, yeah. Like if I could eat paste for every meal, like I would probably still be fine.
Are you gonna drink like Soylent or Joylent?
Yeah, dude, go for that.
No, I mean that just seems like an expensive way to just order a pizza. You know,
yeah, no, I don't know.
I just like kind of like count calories and then just like space it out through like eating like I don't know, just like random shit like that, like the Cliff bars.
For one, I can't count, so counting calories is already out of the question.
Yeah.
I can't even fucking count, so what's the difference? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it says numbers on the side. I don't know what they mean, but this beer tastes good.
Yeah, it'd be suck to be dyslexic and on a diet. You're just like, oh yeah, there's only like 260 calories on it. Like you, 3 of them, like you just ate 1,800 calories. There's 620.
Oh yeah.
Probably the most impossible thing.
I'm grabbing a beer.
Yeah, no worries. What else was I gonna say? Oh, those
Cheez-Its.
I like Cheez-Its actually. Isn't it? Who is it that hates
Cheez-Its and peanut butter, dude?
Cheez-Its and peanut butter? What? Oh wait, that you know what
the next level of Cheez-Its. That's like their final form.
That's like those peanut butter crackers.
I
love those.
This is what you do right here.
Those peanut butter crackers. Those things are amazing.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that where you just get Cheez-Its and you get a fucking jar of peanut butter and you just dip those motherfuckers in the peanut butter, man.
Yeah, I never thought of that before, but it sounds transformative.
I actually used to do that like a lot when I worked like 9 to 5 desk jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a jar of peanut butter and a box of
just like a snack to get by.
Yeah, like just like in between, like that time, like it's in between when you woke up and ate breakfast and then lunch, and lunch is like forever away, and you're like, I could go for something, but I don't want to get up. Like I would go to the vending machine, but that's a far walk, so I was like upstairs, so I was like, whatever, I'll just throw this shit in my desk and eat it whenever I want. And yeah, I got hooked on it after that. It was it's delicious. Great
Throw
snack.
those in a blender, the peanut butter and the Cheez-Its with some milk. You got a nice milkshake sort of thing going there.
And then you can consider it healthy. Like you just like, yeah, dude.
I don't think anyone considers that healthy.
It's like, yeah, I made a shake for breakfast this morning.
Yeah, you just tell people, yeah,
it's a Cheez-It.
It's socially acceptable if you say I made a shake this morning, but not a Cheez-It peanut butter shake. You know what I'm saying?
Cheez-It butter.
I love when people say like meal replacement, and I'm like, no, you're still having a meal. It's just like liquid now. Like that's still a meal. I'm a big fan of those Nature Valley oats and honey bars. I will eat those like crunchy oat and honey bars. I will eat those things. I will eat a whole. My problem with snacking is I'll just eat everything. Like if you can't tell, I'll just like eat a whole box of those oat and honey bars until my cheeks are cut up. If you'll let me, because they're so good. I've always thought they were so good.
They're good. They just hurt me.
I'll do like Cheerios and I'll put my like honey on it myself rather than doing the honey nut Cheerios, because I can just put a little on top. Like, because I think honey nut Cheerios are too sweet almost. Or I'll do like Cheerios and like cut up a banana and put that in there. I really like that.
The cringiest shit is like when I was a kid and I would eat like Frosted Flakes, and I wanted more sugar on them, so I'd put more sugar in the cereal. That was the worst, dude. I had like fucking a million.
You must have been
hyper.
You must have been
I had a million cavities as a kid. They're all in my mouth still. It's like a minefield in there, dude.
Oh god. Ugh.
Yeah, I set off metal.
It's hard to that's kind of hard to recover from, honestly.
I set off metal detectors as I go through the airport just because the amount of fucking fillings I have in my mouth.
You're joking, right?
Nah, it's total joke.
Are you? Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. All right. You faked me out twice there.
Yeah, I was trying to, man. I got you.
I'm trying to think if there are any other snacks I eat. Ramen from time to time. I'll do ramen.
I will say I like
the cup of noodles. Those things are amazing. Cliff bars.
Man. Yeah, I have a whole box of them in the kitchen right now. They're fucking. I eat them for breakfast. I could just eat one, breakfast at fucking like 11 p.m. But whatever.
Honestly, I like just eating like it's kind of similar to beef jerky in respect. Just like if I'm like drinking a beer or something, I kind of like just eating like some like just pieces of salami. just like a salty meat, cured meat.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just beer like fucking drives out the like salty snack desire.
Yeah, really.
Really?
I
See,
mean, like beer
like
nuts,
it.
How it is. I don't know
chips, like
why that
anything.
is.
See, for me, like if I drink like a West Coast IPA with like some grapefruit in it, having like the salty snack kind of accentuates like the grapefruit because like it kind of dulls out some of the bitterness. I don't know. I like
I drink any beer anywhere, and I immediately want to just like drown myself in salt, like drink Morton's salt with the beer. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
You
Like,
ever salt your beers?
I'll eat like salt and vinegar chips.
God, those
like
are so
crazy. Those are like one of my favorites. I love salt and vinegar chips.
I used to love those, but they're so, my mouth is watering just talking about them.
They like destroy your mouth though. Like
Yeah.
they're super acidic. So like you eat them and then your mouth is like a toxic wasteland of like pH.
Like 3 days
levels
later, they're
unheard
like,
of.
"Fuck, what the hell's wrong with your breath?" You're like, "Oh, I ate salt and vinegar chips like 4 days ago." Like, my bad, totally.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah. Guys, again, this show is brought to you by Logi.io. Check out Logi.io. Good pal of the stream made the intro song for this, and hopefully I've talked to him about making some more stuff for us, so we're going to find a way to utilize some more of his stuff. But check it out. And also big shout out again to Mr. Suff. Really appreciate all the work you did for the rebrand. Let's move on. Greg, what do you want to talk about today?
Okay, so I guess I think this is my third or fourth time on here. I can't remember. I guess it might be the third because we lost one. Yeah. But we talked about things that you like in video, like what are some of your favorite video games, and like what kind of payoff do you want to see in a video game? Like what makes you keep playing? Mm-hmm. And then last week, although we lost it, we kind of talked about a little bit more of like just straightforward design, like, you know, why are some like tropes always recycled, and like, you know, why do we see less unique worlds? So I kind of want to talk kind of like capstone it with the overall thing that I think kind of binds a video game and makes it a memorable experience, and kind of gives you like some segmentation in terms of genres and how games play out, and that's pacing. So you know, when you're like playing through a video game, and you know the cinematics versus the side quests versus the collectibles, what game kind of utilized pacing that kind of fits your taste best and really kept you engaged full on?
Oh wow.
I feel like you'll have like a good answer for this. I'll let you take the lead on it.
Okay.
Sure.
Were you talking to me or Greg? I didn't catch the very beginning.
Oh no, yeah, I meant you.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it.
Oh man, it honestly, a lot of it just depends on the time. There are a lot of factors involved in this, for me at least. As with everything in games, it's always based on my mood, like what you want to play, what you're feeling, if you know, how...
It's all subjective. It's crazy subjective.
Yeah.
Yes,
but,
it is.
All right, so what immediately jumped out to me with like pacing, when you think pacing, you don't necessarily think of open world games, but I immediately thought of like the Fallout series. And the reason I thought of the Fallout series is because you kind of make your own pace in that game. So you can kind of do whatever you want in the sense where you're like, all right, I have a main quest line. I could go try and do this main quest right now. But like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Like, what's this? And then, you know, the danger of that, and I've talked about this in relation to Witcher 3, is you kind of have to train yourself in how to pace yourself through the game so that you don't get personally like bored or like fed up with the game. But the way Fallout always worked for me is like every place I always came across, I was like, I want to explore this place. Let's check it out. And then I would like do that for a bit, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting too distracted. Let's go do a main quest or a side quest or try something different.
I feel like that's because Bethesda did a really good job of crafting that universe.
Yeah, they really, well, for me,
like,
even
they made it interesting. Like for Witcher, it's kind of like, I don't know, for Fallout it's like a different thing because there's not a whole lot of those kind of games where it's like a MMO and post-apocalyptic apocalyptic type stuff. But like when you have like The Witcher in that same like kind of light, it's, I mean, that's been hashed out before. Like, well, you have that like kind of high fantasy type stuff all the time.
Yeah, yes and no. The thing I would say that's the difference between The Witcher and the Fallout series is what they tell, the storytelling that they do through their setting. So like, let's say you're going through The Witcher, you're like, oh, there's a bandit camp. And and The Witcher still does this sometimes, but you'll go in like, hey, it's a bandit camp. You clear out the bandits, you get treasure, and sometimes, most of the time, there's like a letter written there, or like a smudge, something to give some background to why people were there. Like, hey, like, there were bandits here, and there were dead bodies there before, and then on one of the dead bodies you find a letter, and it's like, oh, Isabel, I can't wait to like move in with you and blah blah blah. So like this guy was obviously going to move to visit his, or like to see his love and like be together and blah blah blah, and they got jumped by bandits, and like bandits set up camp there, and you're like, oh, okay, like that gives a story. But after a while, like you see enough of those and you're like, all right, I don't care anymore.
It's just rehashed bullshit.
Yeah, you just keep going and going and going. Yeah. You're just like, all right, where's the loot? Where's the loot? In Fallout, it can definitely be that way. But the way they tell the story with their setting is sometimes you're like, you'll go in and you'll see like skeletons placed in a certain way, like on a bed. Like you're like, oh, these people were doing this when the bomb dropped, or
when the
like
Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah, when the Fire Nation attacked. Or like if you do the Wild and Weird Wasteland thing, or there's like a perk where you get to see more weird stuff. But like there's an homage to like Indiana Jones where you find a guy who's hiding inside a refrigerator. Or you go in places and like mannequins are placed in weird ways, and you can kind of see, like, it does more storytelling like that. So every place you go to see in Fallout, you're like, I wonder what's behind this door. So like it keeps the pace like high enough that you want to explore all these different areas to see what's behind door number 1. I have to know, like that kind of thing.
Well, I think that kind of stems from the fact that the Fallout universe is more relatable than the example of The Witcher. Like it's much more relatable because it's a real life situation like that could technically happen, I guess, more or less. I mean, you don't have to suspend your disbelief like that far to be engrossed in the Fallout universe. Whereas in The Witcher, it's like a totally different like fucking thing where there's like goblins and fucking like whatever else is in that game, like griffins and shit like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that has a lot to do with it because they can add those really cool like elements to the game because your disbelief is not suspended that far. It doesn't take that much work to get you engrossed in the game because it's already something that's tenable and believable.
Yeah, I think also Fallout does a good job of making you like some of like the monotony of like those huge open world games can be the crafting of things and just like feeling the need to get all like the small trinkets and such. I think Fallout does a good job of kind of making you want that payoff and want like you feel like you should and want to craft items. And I think they do a really good job of that as well.
It's funny too because as I was saying that, I actually thought of I was playing the Blood and Wine expansion of Witcher. And during one section they actually did some like they've actually improved upon the game a bunch in some of the expansions. Like I found I went down under this building, like I blew out this wall where like a house had collapsed and like covered off this wine cellar, and there were all these rose petals and candles on the ground, and at the very end of it there were 2 people that were like dead because they apparently were like the one dude was trying to set up a romantic evening for him and his like wife or lover. And then the house, the foundation collapsed and they got stuck in there or something. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, that's one of the, like, that's actually what kind of made me jump to Fallout initially. As far as like more like traditional as in like story-based games pacing, it just depends. I thought Uncharted 4 was paced very well. It did a good job of, it's all about the balance of like story and exploration these days because there aren't really any true linear, like, I mean, there are linear games you can find.
I mean, Last of Us was pretty damn linear, and that was paced pretty darn well as well.
Well, that's the thing is, yes and no, because it kind of let you, like, it was linear, but it let you go in these kind of like open areas and try and figure out how, like, it did eventually funnel you down to a path, but that's what Naughty Dog's kind of been doing better than anyone else, is like giving you the feeling.
Funneling you into a path is linear though.
Yeah.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying it's linear, but what they do that is so good is they make you feel like it's open. Like you'll, like in the very beginning of The Last of Us, like you come out, you're meeting that one dude to try and find a car or something, you can walk
Yeah,
through this whole section. You've got
you're,
3 different paths to get you like to the same place. Essentially, you can decide to like go up on top of the buildings or like down below and like disarm a bunch of traps.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And
They did a really good job of making it have that feel of openness.
like or
and
in winter,
a mix of stealth and combat. So like
so they kind of to give you like a little
options.
playground to kind of figure out.
You had like
figure
agency
out and
over like. Yeah, you had agency over where you went.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're still trying to get to the door.
Same thing.
Yeah, at the same time. So like, but what they did, but keeping that illusion alive is kind of what they do better than anyone else, almost.
Right.
And Uncharted 4 did a great job of that too. Like, in their open areas were even bigger, and somehow I found myself not like I would find my way. The objective was like, oh shit, this area is big, and somehow I got there.
The one thing that pops into mind is I think it was it Uncharted 4 that had like the little thing where you drive in the Jeep around?
Yeah.
That felt like huge to me. When it was in that area, like I was like, dude, I don't know where the fuck to go. Like, I don't know where
you
I'm
just kind of like found
area.
your way there, like naturally almost. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, that's the one thing that like immediately pops into my mind is that particular spot in the game.
I think there's a lesson to be learned from Naughty Dog and how they do that. Like whatever we want to define it as, even though it is linear, like it does have some, player choice involved. I think that there's a lesson to be learned there because that keeps it engaging because you don't really lose yourself completely and, just are like, I'm kind of sick of this. Like it keeps you really well engaged. Like I think like for the most part, Last of Us was a game where I didn't put down the controller until I was forced to because I didn't actually own a PS3. I was playing at a friend's house. So when he was like, all right, come on, man, let's just go like have a beer or something. And I was like,
nah,
dude. You want to go grab me one and I'll meet you there,
Yeah.
And that really worked out well for that game. And just, I didn't actually play or I actually haven't played through any of it. I've just kind of watched a lot of it. And I don't know. I really appreciate the way those games are built.
A good game knows when to step on the gas and when to let off.
Yeah,
and I don't mean to just sit here.
Great at that.
Yeah, I don't mean to just sit here and fillet Naughty Dog. There are other games that do that. Like BioShock is a great game that does that. The first one, I have my own problems with the first game, and then it kind of did the same thing that a couple other games have done. Like Mass Effect series, like becomes more of a shooter as it goes on. Like Mass Effect 3 was like much more of a action RPG than true RPG, like Mass Effect 1 was. But BioShock Infinite, I think, had incredible pacing.
Yeah.
The BioShock games did a pretty good job at pacing. I feel like it was just enough to keep you engaged, but it wasn't overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, it keeps you at this high level, and like just when you're about to be tapped out of adrenaline, it like lets off the gas, and you're like, whew, all right, let's look around through this and like explore some of this area and this cool environment they've created real quick before it steps on the gas again.
Yeah, that's one thing that like we were talking about GTA I think 2 weeks ago, the story mode of it essentially, and about the characters and everything. And I think that's another like area that lacked in was the pacing as well, because like that game, like there were some like awesome heists, but they were so far in it, like in between, and like you do these like dumb missions with like Lamar just shooting up people, and it just felt so redundant, and like like there wasn't really like the payoff or the pace to like kind of push you into that mission, like the story mode, and like really get you involved. And by the time you did, it was already over, that's something that game really just kind of like failed on, was like building itself up and like keeping the player engaged.
I feel like a lot of the GTA games though aren't focused in the way that I would like them to be.
Yeah,
because I feel like in a lot of the games, or at least like I haven't played any of them before 3.
Okay.
But I played all the campaigns, whatever.
GTA 1 and 2 were top down, like 2D shooters. They're way different.
Well, yeah, I guess that's fair. But I played all of them from 3 on, and I feel like all of the games struggle with having that like focus thing. But I also feel like that's kind of like their signature of just like trying to take like this kind of slice of life, sort of like gangster-esque or whatever, like mobster gangster-esque kind of like, this is what it's like, like sometimes you are doing like stupid menial shit like robbing a convenience store or whatever.
But like in San Andreas, like there was even missions where you're playing as a gangster that was driving around an RV car to like shoot people, and like it was like an incredibly tedious mission, and it just completely destroyed the tempo of the game. Like, because you kind of wanted to see like, the ball is like kind of fall and like, Franklin and everything, but or not Franklin, I forget what his name was. But,
CJ.
Yeah, CJ. But like, I just kind of like dulled out like halfway through.
You think all black GTA characters look alike, Greg? Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
CJ Franklin? Wow, man. Yeah. Damn, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
They're all made with the same. Everyone's made with the same pixels. Everyone's equal.
Yeah, good recovery.
All pixels matter.
Jesus.
But,
all right.
That's one thing that I liked about old games, like Ocarina of Time comes to mind. Like especially because when boss fights were still a thing, I think that really like kind of built in kind of awesome setups to different parts of the play, because you'd get through like a dungeon or something like that, you'd get like a new item or unlocked thing. And Mr. Suff brought up in chat the Tomb Raider game. It was kind of the same, because once you went through one of the tombs, you'd get like a new thing that you get to like implement on the next thing. So you want to test out that thing, and by the time you like kind of got involved in using your new cool gadgets or whatever it may be, you're already halfway through the next part, and you want to like see the payoff of that. So I think those type of games also like do a really like fantastic job of keeping you engaged.
I think I'm on the opposite side of the fence on those kind of games where it like works you up to finding a new like tool to add to your arsenal. I don't particularly care too much for those games. Not that I don't enjoy them, but I don't like them because it just seems like it's super played out. Like I've played all those games. Like I know, like after I finish this section, for example, like a Metroid game. You take Metroid for example, like Super Metroid or whatever. Like you play through a whole section and you get your your bombs, or like you get these new missiles. Like every time you go through a section, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get this new tool, I'm gonna get this new thing. Like every time you go through a section, I feel like that really trains like this really weird kind of response from the player, from the player's perspective.
Kind of gets to like diminishing returns.
I don't know. I don't really like games that are like do all this and you get this new thing. Like I don't really like that. I feel like it can be better implemented. I feel like those kind of like new tool things can be implemented in a better way, where rather than it just feels like a reward at the end, whereas it's like kind of like a secondary, even tertiary thing where you're just like playing through the game. You're like, oh shit, now I have this to add to my arsenal and I can use this in these situations. But having it at like the end of sections, like where you go through an entire dungeon or whatever it may be, and you get like, oh, I got a flamethrower now. Like that's what you get at the end of this thing. I like it when it's implemented in a way where it doesn't feel like reward based. I guess it feels more natural.
Once you start stacking those, it kind of like gets tough to like boost into the next one when it's like kind of going to be that sort of thing where like maybe you got the most OP gadget at like after the third phase of it, and then by the sixth one it's kind of something that's like tertiary and kind of uneventful for the rest of the game.
I guess it's that expectation factor of just like, if I beat this section, I'm going to get a cool reward type thing that I don't really like. Mm-hmm. I mean, it works in some games. I will say that. Like, I'm not going to, paint with a broad brush here. Like, it does work with some games, but I feel like here recently, like, I can't really speak to the Tomb Raider games, but I feel like that concept wouldn't work. Like, and one that I have played, like Assassin's Creed, like where you beat like a mission and you're like doing something and you get like, oh, now you have the dual blade, like hidden blades, and now you can assassinate two people at once. And it felt like you got that after every mission. It was like, oh, now you got the concealed gun, or you got the blah 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 thing. And it was just kind of like, it's played out. Like, I know I'm gonna get something new at the end of this mission, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of droned on me. I don't know. I don't really care for that kind of stuff.
A few things to everything you guys just said. Agree with you totally, Greg, as far as GTA goes. But those games were all, like, kind of never about pacing. It was all about like the freedom of just like doing bullshit, and, like trying to get the craziest stuff to happen. Like, even look at the GTA Online stuff we do. Like, half the missions are like, all right, let's start this mission with a 10-minute drive to whatever you've got to do. You know what I mean? So like that definitely
That's not
suffers.
very good
like,
pacing to start off with. Like, it's
No.
like, yep, drive to this thing.
Right.
Yeah, like some of that's really bad, like poorly designed because it's based upon like where the apartment is or wherever, you know, where the clubhouse or whatever it is you're starting from, especially in GTA Online. And then in as the worlds have gotten bigger, it's gotten worse because if you look at GTA 5, like they have to fill, especially in like the single player, they have to fill up all that space with like conversation, and then on online they fill it through like phone calls, and you're just like, sometimes you're just like, I don't even want to listen to this, but I know they have it there just so I'm not just
and then you have to drive 7 miles across the map.
Yeah, like the bulk of your mission is just like doing nothing or driving.
Yeah.
And it's just incredibly grindy.
Yeah.
Slows down everything.
Also, to what Mr. Stuff said, also, again, shout out Mr. Stuff for graphic stuff.
Absolutely.
Tomb Raider, I totally agree. And I thought about mentioning it, but we talked a bunch about Uncharted, and they're kind of similar games, and they play off each other. Like, the first Uncharted is very obviously like a rip on Tomb Raider. Well, it's like, hey, let's make Tomb Raider again, but for PlayStation, like Naughty Dog did it in their own way. And then Tomb Raider came back, and you saw a bunch of stuff that Uncharted did correctly, and like their platforming and gunplay and like sneaking and stuff, and put it into Tomb Raider. And then Uncharted 4, you look at that, and now they have these open areas on the map rather than like a truly like just linear path. Like those Uncharted 2 and 3 were actually, Uncharted 1 to 3 were pretty linear games. And then you look at Uncharted 4 and they opened it up a bit, and they definitely took notes off what Tomb Raider did.
Oh, they made like super strides on 4. 4 was
4 was phenomenal. But
I played all of them right in a row, so it was like a really nice like contrast of like seeing each game.
Yeah. What else? What else did you get? What else did you guys say? What other game? Was there something else I'm missing?
I was like talking about like Ocarina of Time, like the long shot and like everything like that. Like that always felt like because everything that you got kind of played into the mission that you were a part of, and then like, you know, kind of played you forward into the next kind of phase.
Well, you almost,
with the exception of the water temple, because fuck the water temple.
The water temple.
Fuck the water temple.
Yeah, amen.
I almost wasn't gonna drink water ever again.
Just swear.
I was so sick of it. Like that was probably like, okay, maybe that was a bad example of a game, because that was probably the worst thing ever in terms of tempo in a game, because it took 5 hours the first time I ever played it when I was a kid, maybe even longer. And but
we talked about the reward base, like finding the next thing, end of the level type thing.
Okay, yeah.
What's your take on that? I would like to hear that.
I think, well, as with everything, it has to be implemented in the right way. Like you look at a game like Doom did it the right way. Like it gave you a new gun.
Doom was very simple though.
The newest Doom, is that what we're talking? Yeah. But it was like, all right, it was like very self-aware in the way it did it, like the pacing in that game. Like it was obviously pedal to the metal. It was but it would give you a new gun. But the thing is, it would give you a new gun, and it's like, all right, here's a playground. Like when you unlock the BFG in that game, the big fucking gun, like it knows, like they know what you want to do with the BFG. They know you want to blow shit up. So as soon as you get the BFG, these doors open and there's like 50 enemies outside there, and you're just like, oh fuck yes, let's fuck some shit up now, let's do it. So like sometimes I think that like if you get a reward at the end of it and it's meaningful, and that's a very simple example obviously, and it's meaningful and you get a chance to like use it without beating you over the head with it, like having it introduce some new mechanic that's completely changing the game, I enjoy that. But sometimes
there were really no new mechanics introduced in that game. There wasn't anything like crazy game changing.
I know it was all on the weapons and like how there was just like there were different power ups that you had to get towards the end, and like different like teleporters and stuff like that.
I have to vaguely disagree with you. Like I feel like that game is too basic of an example, because that game in particular is just like
Ratchet and Clank
run and gun the whole.
I was gonna say Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank does that really well. Like the new one, all the old ones.
I haven't played that one, so that one's.
They give you a new gun and new items And
I feel like that the whole crux of that game is like the gadgets and stuff, though, right? And
well, this is what I'm saying.
Like,
it's good in the right places, but when games give you something and then they like beat you over the head with a new mechanic or a new like weapon, like you have to use this for like the next 20 to 30 minutes, and then it's not as significant after. Like sometimes I feel cheated by that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm trying.
And a lot of it is how they implement it too. Like sometimes like you'll like especially Assassin's Creed was shit with this too. Is they'll like give you this like I didn't play Doom yet, which is a travesty, but like the way that you set up the BFG with like giving you 50 enemies to kill, that's awesome. The way that Assassin's Creed gives you a new weapon and then spends 30 minutes giving you a tutorial on it is absolute shit.
Yeah. I liked like the first like 2 or 3 Assassin's Creed games, and I really liked Black Flag.
You know what has terrible pacing?
All
Assassin's Creed 3.
Dude, it's
worst fucking pacing.
awful.
It's like 4 hours of tutorials.
Terrible.
It like treats you like you've never played an Assassin's Creed game before. And
fucked.
even if you
Every single one of
hadn't,
them
it was
treats you that
forever.
way.
Yeah, I was saying, but even if you hadn't played one, it would still be like egregious.
The first one's bad with that too. You start off as the most badass assassin in like the entire clan or whatever it's called, tribe. I don't know.
Rips all
Creed.
your shit away.
Creed.
And then, it rips all your shit away. It's like, all right, well now you got to get back to the awesomeness you got to experience at the beginning.
Yeah, I hate when games do that too. Like you're ultra powerful and like this is what you could be, and then there's like,
it was like that with
Metroid
Metroid Prime. It was like you had all your shit, and then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, you're nothing. Bye. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Brutal.
Get fucked, kid.
Yeah. I like one of the middle of the road games that I have it's kind of I like the pacing, but it's kind of weird. Was Gears of War. It's like one of my most highly regarded series games as far as stories. Like I don't know, I was really attached to that game series, but it's middle of the road pacing for me because it felt a lot of times like it was just spoon feeding me a lot. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, we gotta do this mission. It was just kind of like a little bit, and then there's just a little bit. Like it just felt like it didn't progress the way that I would have rather it progressed. I guess I don't know. It's all kind of like retrospect because I haven't even played the first one in probably like 7 years or
right. Me either. So. But I have to say one thing that kind of like ruined the pacing of that game for me was I wanted to play with the long shot and I wanted to play with the torque bow, and I never got to.
You don't get those. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's why I kind of like sometimes the gun stuff. It's like it's kind of like the opposite where that game would have benefited from giving you some cool shit because it was pretty monotonous in terms of combat and the missions.
Yeah, like you think about like the context of the game is like a giant like war between the locusts and like the humans, right? And you get to like a certain point in the game and like all of a sudden the long shot gets introduced and you're like, okay, now the long shot's here. Why didn't they have it in the whole other 15
and you get like
parts
10
of this game?
And there's no more ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you'd like hoard that gun and you like hold on to it like for that entire section, and then you'd like fucking never get to use it because you're like, oh well, I didn't want to waste all the ammo, but then you realize like at this one cutscene now it's gone, and now you have the shotgun. You know,
and all the locusts had the same weapons as like the cogs. It was so weird.
Yeah, like the COG assault rifle felt almost exactly the same. Like the hammer shot almost felt exactly the same as the
hammer burst, bro. Come on, dude. You're not even a real fan. Get out of this conversation.
All right, I'll let it go. Well, the reason I would say that they didn't let you use the torque bow all the time and stuff was for pacing. Basically, they didn't want you just blowing through everyone by giving you something too powerful. Yeah, and it was supposed to make it. It was supposed to make it feel. It was supposed to make it feel that much more special, like when you got a torque bow.
Yeah, but the Hammer of Dawn was sweet, and you barely ever got to use it.
Yeah, the Hammer of Dawn always annoyed me. Annoyed me because it'd be like you use it, and they're like, "Oh, we're out of charge, or we're out of range now," and you're just like, "What? Like, come on!" It's just like
a laser. It's like freaking laser beams on the freaking heads.
I love that movie.
Someone throw me a Band-Aid or something. I'm really, really hurt.
I'm really hurt.
One more example
I'm
from
not
the
dead
chat.
Down here.
Suff is talking about in A Link Between Worlds, each dungeon required 2 specific bits of gear. Then on the final boss, you only used your sword. And that's definitely.
Oh, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, that's definitely lame. Someone else just brought up the original Mega Man, which I'm actually playing through on YouTube. Check out the YouTube channel.
Mega Man.
And that's probably an example of a game that does it right, because the whole point of the game is you need to like kill the right boss to take the boss and get the other boss's weakness, quote. You know
counter,
what I mean?
yeah.
Find the counter to the other boss. So like that's an example where they kind of do it right. Like here's your one-off.
It's a really weird thing to take into account now, like this, 20 some odd years later or whatever, because back then games had to be like that. There wasn't like right. Choose your. I mean, that was like as good as it got as far as choose your own destiny of like what you do.
Yeah,
like that's as good as it got. Like there was no like do whatever you want and nothing really matters besides that. That's all you had. So I don't know. It's a really weird example, but I did like the pacing on that is good, but yeah, I also have to look at the context of the time and maybe it was good.
Yeah, context is everything. I would say the pacing on a lot of older games is actually probably better than it is now because they were
the platform was so simple.
Yeah, because the platforms were simple, so like the linearity kind of loaned itself to like better pacing, or they had to form a game around the pacing, or else no one would play
Mario. You fucking
didn't have the technology.
Your princess is in that castle, like that whole thing.
Yeah,
it sucks. And then now looking back, you're like, oh yeah, not in this castle. Yeah, get fucked. Like, if this was like a Witcher game, like you could have picked the first castle, the right castle the first time, and it would have been over the whole time.
Yeah. To put a bookend on this, people are now talking about Assassin's Creed in chat. My problem is Assassin's Creed that Greg and I talk about all the time. They should have never killed Desmond. The end. Like, should have never done it. They just like took away the most interesting storyline in that whole game and just shat on it, and that was it. Like so.
Yeah, I got. Is that what happened? What game?
Yeah, in the third one.
Three.
But what really sucked about it,
and then they killed Kristen Bell's character as well.
In Brotherhood and in Revelations. Brotherhood had some of the best
Brotherhood
mechanics
was amazing.
in the game, but
Brotherhood
the storyline was a write-off as well as Revelations.
Oh, I love Brotherhood.
And you lose the cool shit that you get from those two games in the third one. And then also there's like some major plot points that happen in Revelations that they don't even tell you until they don't even ever explain in 3. So if you didn't buy Revelations, you don't even like see some of the progression of the storyline. It was so dumb. It should have been DLC. Nobody should have even bought them.
Yeah, it was in a really weird era.
I don't know why I bought them.
It was in a weird golden heyday. Like, hey, let's take advantage of all the IP we have and sell as many games as possible. Yeah, they tried to squeeze water from a rock.
Yeah. Hold on. I mean, I'm not up to scuff. I don't know. It's probably time or whatever, but I'm not up to scuff on my Assassin's Creed stuff. But I thought Desmond was in Black Flag, wasn't he? No.
I don't think so.
They might show him.
Or maybe I thought. No, I guess I'm getting them confused. I played them a long time ago, so maybe I'm just fucking it over. But
they have like the supporting cast, like Sean, and then the one girl. I can't think of her name.
Black Flag was the best one for me.
I didn't like the ship combat that much. It was too slow.
The fucking pirate shanties.
There are 8 Assassin's Creed console games, I believe.
Was the best.
Someone's asking how many Assassin's Creed games there are.
I think there's 8.
All right, so there's 3. 1, 2, 3. Brotherhood, Revelations, Unity, Syndicate, and then they've got those 2 random ones too.
And Black Flag.
So that's 8. And then they have 8, when Unity came out, there was another one that came out on the prior consoles at the same time. Liberation.
Liberation. I beat them all.
And then they have a bunch of
money. I can't believe they killed off Desmond. No, that's fucked. I didn't.
Yeah.
They basically.
It's not spoilery for me.
It's been years. If you don't know now, like you probably don't care too much. But like they basically retconned them out of the story so they could stretch it out and make it more convoluted and like they took everything that they were building up to and just shat on
him in it. Dude, I feel like they could have written him in it and kept it going.
And the way they did it is they had him kill like Kristen Bell's character and then like sacrifice himself. So they killed off like 2 important characters from the present storyline.
And half the player base was just playing for her ass, and like that's something that you have to take into account.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. All right, go ahead, grab a beer while I plug some stuff. Guys, check out Logi.io and support the people that support us. Logi.io. He's a sound designer, music producer, real cool dude. And I'm glad to call him a friend. And he the kindness of his heart, made a really cool intro for the G&G cast. Also, shout out to Mr. Stuff. And as soon as he has like a place we can point you to, we'll have that up here as well. Who for doing all the graphic design on here. Very supportive, very cool, and really excited for the future of all the stuff we're doing here.
Oh man, it's gonna be so fun! I can't wait, dude. It's like at that point where like I just want to be like, yeah, this is what we're doing, but I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. All right, before my topic, I want to go through just a little bit real quick. I didn't know what to do for my topic, so I texted my dad, and he sent me a bunch of bullshit. So I'm gonna read all of them off here on stream, and just give me like your quick answer, your quick answer, real quick to whatever your answer would be to what he asks. All right. So I was like, topic for podcast. And he said, "Are women evil?"
Kristen Bell in Assassin's Creed.
Okay, Buck.
Wait, what's the question?
Are women evil? Quick answer.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, everyone except my mom. Potatoes or rice? Rice.
Oh, potatoes.
Potatoes.
Oh, fuck both of you. Cats or
It's a
dogs?
versatility
Dogs.
thing.
Wait, what?
Cats or dogs? Dogs, I say.
Neopet kittens.
Cats.
Does Canada really exist, and are all the funniest people from there? Yes. Well, no, and then yes.
The Jewish ones.
America's hat.
Okay. What is the origin of the banana?
Oh, it started back in, I think, 1942 with the World War. They needed something to feed the troops in Africa, so they plucked large pieces of grass and baked them over urns for weeks at a time, and the smoke and the grass formed this weird pussy thing that enclosed inside of it, and that is the banana.
Okay,
You lost
Buck.
me. You lost me at pussy.
Yeah.
You lost me at pussy, man.
They are very pussy. If you were to like cut off the top of a banana and squeeze it, it's just like
It's just
a
like
massive
popping a pimple.
penis pimple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buck,
yeah,
origin of the
absolutely.
banana?
Origin of the banana
Yeah.
exists from the island of Plantain, and it was made to. It was originally breeded to
Breeded? Bred?
bred. It was originally bred to become a flotation device in case of emergencies.
They found out it tasted better. It tasted
Yeah,
better
and
than it floated.
Better food.
I'm pretty sure the
Many
banana.
people died in that research. just
yeah,
to clarify.
I'm pretty sure the banana was made as a twist to the end of an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but he decided it wasn't good enough, so he decided to just start selling them, and that's how he's continued to make shitty movies off the sales of the banana. Last one.
And Bruce.
Who are your generation's biggest movie stars? I'd like to say Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin and
Who aren't or who are?
who are?
Wait, you say movie stars?
Yeah, biggest movie stars of our generation. So I say Charlie Chaplin and Jennifer Lawrence.
Good answer. Good answer.
You
I feel
guys?
like I'm on Family Feud. Well, I think for both male and female, I have to say Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with.
I love
greatest-
that guy.
he seriously
really do.
does. He talks about
Greatest-
him more than anyone should.
Fair enough.
And it's not just because he was a firefighter on 9/11.
Fair. Okay. All right. There you
It's
go.
mainly that's actually a reason why I don't like him.
I think mine is probably gonna be. So it's favorite movie stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or not.
Who are the
favorite,
best?
of
Who
our
are the movie? Yeah,
generation.
who are the movie stars of our
All right,
generation?
I'm gonna go with Fred Durst and Eric Andre.
Oh, okay, good answers. Good answers all around. And that was questions from my dad. So shout out to my dad. Thank you for sending those our way.
Want to make that regular? Can we make that regular?
If he can keep coming up with questions, I'll text.
I'm
I'll text
sure,
him some
yeah.
stuff on the fly. I'm sure he can come up with it.
Oprah. Actually, Oprah's real name is Orpa. Look it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, it is.
It's okra.
No, it's Orpa. It's legit.
It's Orpa.
It's legit Orpa. We're
She
not
changed
even
her name.
kidding. She changed
Yeah,
her
oh,
name.
is
to
it
Oprah.
really?
Yeah,
It's really Orpa.
yeah.
like
Her
the
name
well.
is
The
Orpa.
well.
Not even
All
kidding.
right.
It's so
didn't
like
know
I
if would have
remember.
to drink that many beers today, but
Dude,
all right, here we go.
Greg, I remember laughing with our buddy Ben so hard, just going Orpa,
He was
like just
on Coffee Beer
laughing.
Bread.
Yeah,
Orpa,
he used to be on
yeah,
Coffee,
Ben,
Beer, and
I
Ben.
know Ben.
Look it up. Look it up, Garvin.
I'm almost
Calvin.
positive, unless someone was
It's
trolling.
Orpa. No, it's Orpa.
Yeah.
I'd wager Steve Buscemi's acting career on it.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, wow, that's a fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
look, born Orpa Gail Winfrey. Yeah, she switched it.
Jesus.
She switched it. You can go look at the Wikipedia page.
I'm sure shit happened.
She's been fooling America for years, and it's a travesty.
She's pulled the wool over my eyes,
Yeah.
Orpa.
Yeah.
Old Orpa.
She's the one that's behind
See,
the
the
movement
more
that
you
wants
say-
to stop Steve Buscemi from being the next James Bond.
Dude, the more you say Orpa,
wow.
doesn't it
Travesty.
just sound weirder? Like every time you say Orpa,
It makes it
there's
weirder.
a word for that. I forget what it is.
Oh, for like making it
Like saying a
sound
word
weirder?
over and over and over again until it sounds like not the word.
like
know what I mean?
you. Like I think about the word you a lot.
Yeah.
Like YOU.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's move on. I have another kind of goofy topic. I've been listening to a lot of stand-up lately.
Ooh.
Like
And I've been listening to Mike Birbiglia, Anthony Jeselnik,
Okay.
Bill Burr.
Yes.
So anyway, this all comes
Those
from
are my
a
favorites.
Bill Burr joke.
Oh,
And he has
let's go.
this joke where he just thinks of like he's at a flea market with his significant other, and there's a lady selling muffins, and he like has this thought. Do you know the joke I'm
Why
talking
was
about?
that funny?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know
okay.
the joke.
'Cause so
I
he
don't
has-
know the joke.
he
And I
has
was
this-
like, why is that funny? He's already laughing about muffins.
Well, he's just like
where-
he was like
go?
he has
Like,
this
you
thought.
know,
He's like, what would happen if I just went over there and started punching this lady's muffins, like just smashing them, just punching them? Like, how far could I get through? Just like, lady, pa, just like punching her muffins. Like, what'd she do? So my question is, let's say this woman is standing at a table and she has 48 muffins. There's no tablecloth. It's just on a wooden table. She has them all out displayed nicely. What if you were going to smash this woman's muffins would be the most efficient way for you to smash all of her muffins without flipping the table? What would you do?
What kind of muffins?
An assortment. Let's say we've got some blueberry,
Okay,
we've got some cinnamon, we've got your white
Thank
chocolate
you for
cherry muffins,
clarifying
we've
that.
got
I really-
we've got some pecan muffins, we have your banana nut muffins with some walnuts. We also have some without walnuts. Yeah.
That's
Alright,
good.
so
Wait, so
I
they're not
think- I
banana
think-
nut then?
No, there's banana nut and banana without nut.
I think
Man, I kind of want to eat
what-
those.
I think this is my strategy, and I briefly thought about this, so it could be faulty. But my strategy is walk up, ask her how much for a muffin, and as she is replying, pick up a muffin, bite it, set it down, jump with my ass on top of whatever the muffins are on, and then just roll around. You just do the roll. You
Okay.
just roll.
So,
Stop, drop,
but
and
here's
roll.
the thing though, if when you're rolling, do you think you would you be able to effectively crush the muffins, or would you just knock some off of the counter?
Well,
Like, what are you doing about those muffins that are
That's
towards
the
the edge?
point of me jumping, though. If I jump onto the table, or honestly, I'm assuming if it's some sort of bakery, the muffins are in some sort of glass, like a glass tabletop or a glass what I don't know that like display case for muffins. I don't know. There's like something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but I'm assuming by me jumping onto it with my ass first, my ass takes a brunt of the glass shards.
No,
and then
it's
I'm
just like a
able
wooden
to-
table. Don't worry about the glass.
Oh,
shard
it's
yet.
wooden table. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me, man. All right, whatever.
You don't want to get glass in your ass. I wouldn't let you.
So
do
you're
it.
thinking like the table
It's
is
like think of flea
is
market.
perpendicular. So think about the table. You're looking at the table. It's perpendicular to you. So you have all the muffins lined up. So my idea is to jump on, or think of like a buddy cop movie where you like slide over a car hood. So
Okay,
think
yeah,
about
yeah.
that where you
What
jump
about
over.
splinters though?
Dude, I'm not gonna get splinters off.
Are we supposed to be
You don't think-
smashing
are
the
you sure?
muffins?
Yeah,
I-
we're trying
I-
to smash the
basically-
muffins.
Smash
Basically,
the
my
muffins.
strategy is take a bite out of one of her muffins and then stop, drop, and roll on that shit. That's my fucking
All right,
strategy.
what is the
in
reason
very
for
few
taking a
words.
bite of said muffin?
To piss her off, dude.
Oh, so you're gonna
Come on,
bite
dude.
it.
At least
look
you
at
get
her-
a bite out
so
of
you're
it,
gonna
and you're like,
bite it, look
this is a
her
good
dick.
muffin. Eat a dick, lady. Like that's what I'm about. I'm just like, get in that shit. Just, You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
She gets pissed off that you stole her product, and then she gets pissed off that you destroyed the rest of it, man. Come
We're
on.
trying to
All
destroy
right, what
the
do you-
muffins,
Bite,
not her
bite the
life.
muffin top, the whole top of the muffin, the best part, you just bite it off, and then you roll on all that shit.
All right.
That's the idea.
What
I
are
have.
you wearing, or is it something that you're cool with just getting destroyed, or like?
Well, honestly, if we're totally hypothetical, I mean, honestly, if I'm going to buy muffins, I'm wearing my one-piece man thong. So, I mean,
One Piece
Let's just get
Mantho.
real. Yeah, it's
Are there such thing as
it's the over the shoulder,
Oh, okay.
under the gooch,
Yeah.
just like one piece.
Oh.
That's all I'm wearing.
So
you know what I
if
mean?
you walk
That's
up
it.
in that, you think that lady's just gonna be like, yeah, sure, and sell you a muffin? Like she wouldn't like. Be
I mean,
like,
if
"Hey,
she's
get away."
if she's a good saleswoman, she will. I mean,
If she's straight.
if she's not trying to sell her muffins, then maybe she would deny me service. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
my
up to her.
name a Buck. I want a muffin. It's nice.
I like you. I like steaks. It's nice.
All right. Greg, how are you smashing these muffins?
Yeah, I had a lot of time to think of it,
Mhm.
and I came up with this. I don't know if my camera can pick it up.
Not really.
I'd move it closer.
Move it closer. Oh wait, I see
Okay.
that. All right.
Like,
All right, see, that's Orpa. She's selling muffins.
Okay.
or
All right. For
See-
those
see
who
what
are
I do
listening
there
to
is
audio
I'm getting-
only, Greg
I'm
has
getting
drawn a table
underneath.
filled with muffins.
I'm getting underneath there. Okay.
Okay.
you
He's
have to
under the
yeah,
table.
you have to describe it to
So-
the audio only folks.
Yeah.
So, start. This does require a second living organism, possibly a monkey butler of some sort. I don't know.
A monkey
Call him
butler.
Chives.
Okay.
So
Chives.
Chives is going to distract the fuck out of her because a monkey butler named Chives,
What is he wearing?
and a tuxedo, of course.
Nice.
And so Chives is going to go distract Orpa. I'm going to sneak under the table.
Mhm.
So that way when she gets back, realizing that Chives doesn't exist, most likely, has just been an imaginary friend of mine for, God, I can't even tell you how long. And so when she gets back, I'm going to pull her legs, falls, and I get up on top of the table, and I just start throwing those muffins at fifth graders.
Why are there fifth graders there?
School fair.
Yeah, they're on a school
Yeah.
field
Wow.
trip.
They went on a field trip to the flea market.
Hell yeah.
They went to the-
You know what? Man, you probably, been to a flea market on a fifth grade field trip.
Okay.
You haven't lived. You haven't lived unless you went on a fifth grade field
So,
trip.
Especially at like this type of flea market with monkey butlers. I mean, like it's a futuristic world at this point because
Mhm.
like, to be fair, this is a plan that's going to take years of execution. And so I'm like projecting 2025.
Yeah, you gotta train that
The
monkey.
technology will be there for children to go to flea markets by then, I'd imagine. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of like eliminate her from the scene with a nice elusive distraction, and I'm gonna go with the throwing method because I figure I could probably throw like, I don't know, 30 muffins in a second or a minute.
30 in a second, Greg?
Holy
muffins in a
shit,
Jesus.
Greg! God
Wow.
damn! You need to fucking pitch baseball games, dude.
Well, I
Holy
can't
shit.
throw them in any direction. Like, I mean, I can't throw them all at the
He's
same
just-
thing.
he's
Like,
just-
that's why I need a class of fifth
Are you
graders.
chucking them, or are you just tossing them straight in the air and hoping
He's,
gravity?
honestly,
jumps up?
I'm sure he's chucking tits, probably.
Yeah, I'm chucking tits, exactly.
There you go. There you have it.
Yes,
There's the fucking explanation.
yes, I did it. There's gonna be hella muffins. And so the way I look at it is fifth graders are like they've got fully developed skulls, but like like they'll be able to take a couple muffins. Fourth graders kind of soft still.
Yeah,
You need
you
that
don't want to
big
hit the
skull
soft
to really
spot.
smash
To
the
re-
muffins.
you can
You don't
really,
want to
you can
damage
really
them
screw them up.
physically.
Yeah, and like worst case, you get like a couple hefty fifth graders, and they might even just join you. I mean, like they might just join you.
Oh,
So
I
we'll
see.
get
He's
through
trying to
those 48
crowdsource
muffins.
the muffin.
All
Yeah,
of a sudden, like there's
he's
this
trying to
massive
crowdsource the
motion.
muffin smashing. That's actually
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Chives for that plan. Came to me.
Chives,
And,
the butler monkey,
God bless
Monkey
them.
Butler.
Monkey butler.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Sorry,
that's
Chives.
how I would destroy 48 muffins. Haven't thought about it too much.
If you don't get a monkey within the next year as a pet named Chives, you're dead to me.
If I get a dog, his name will be Chives.
That's actually
Unless it's a
that's a
girl.
great name.
Then it'd be like Chivesita.
Chivesita.
You don't want to
Chi-
be my dog.
All right.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
Chives.
What's your strat, bro?
Okay,
Let's hear it.
so I literally spent no time thinking about this at all. So here we go. First, you go to the Goodwill. I want to get the most tweed-looking blazer I can get from there. Want to look fancy, obviously.
Wait, yours is premeditated as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Mine
it's
was like
premeditated.
spur of the moment type shit.
Well,
The gorilla attack is effective.
Well, maybe you should have thought through.
Actually,
it more, Buck.
no. Greg's is like super premeditated because he got to.
If you want to change yours, that's fine, man. But here,
I'm not
catch
changing
this.
my strat, dude. I'm no.
It's actually
I
a
don't
genetic monkey, so not too much training.
Okay, I don't doubt myself. Anyway, go ahead. And I'll let you continue.
Okay, so I get the nicest tweed jacket I can from the Goodwill because I want a ball on a budget, you know? So I want to, I want to be sustainable. So I'm reusing something someone already doesn't want anymore, but it's still stylish because everyone knows tweed is super in. While I'm there, I'm going to get some coffee mugs. This isn't part of the plan. I just need some more. Okay. Now I wear my nicest khakis. So I've got my tweed blazer. I've got my khakis, no shirt underneath. We just want to look fancy, but we don't want to overdress, obviously.
Okay.
Go to the local Caterpillar or whatever place you can go and rent a backhoe.
Oh, damn.
You go there, really you get a backhoe, and also rent a construction helmet. So you put the construction helmet on, you look like a cool village person, you're about to go sing YMCA or whatever else, you got your tweed jacket, take the backhoe. Flea markets, always near areas of construction, no one's going to ask you why you have the backhoe. Approach the lady from behind. Take the backhoe over her head. Oh, she won't know what's coming. Covert, boom, backhoe comes down, smashes all the muffins in one go. No, you don't take her. No, it's an arm. It's an arm. It goes over her head. She's just standing there.
We're not trying to commit murder here.
God. Wait, no.
Why are you stopping out, bitch?
Don't worry, Greg. The murder comes later, and then it comes down over her head. Boom, smashes all the muffins in one go because we got a big backhoe.
Yeah,
we're in here to fuck around. Then
I feel like all she's gonna hear is just.
No, she's gonna be standing there like looking around like, what the hell is that noise? Like everyone knows muffin ladies can only look in one direction. She doesn't want to take her eyes off her muffins, obviously.
She's probably around like 60.
It's kind of a seedy flea market. She doesn't want people stealing her muffins. You got Buck walking around the flea market wearing his one-piece man thong, so she's keeping his eye on him.
The shoulders, bro. Yeah, over the shoulders.
The whole long con is that Buck was in on this with me the whole time. Take the backhoe over the top, smash the muffins, game over.
Because let's get real, like this ass could distract anybody, especially in a thong, dude. Yeah. Come on, let's get real.
Yeah. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to that. If you have a better way of destroying, Greg, we lost your camera. If you have a better way of destroying 48 muffins, we'd love to hear them. Comment on our YouTube channel or this YouTube video when it is up. Those of you watching live, tweet at us. I'm at It's Bread Time. Greg is at Wayne Gregsky. His name is spelled wrong in here. It's with a Z, not an S towards the end. I'll fix that.
Oh my god, this camera.
At Crouton John. Is that with a Cruton? There's no O, right?
There is. It's horribly misspelled.
Yes,
intentionally.
Crutonjohn. I'll fix those. Anyway, check out our Twitters. At Grenades, Goblins, no and tell us how you would smash 48 muffins at a flea market.
I really appreciate though that you spelled my name properly. Like that kind of makes me happy a little bit, dude. Like Crouton. Crouton.
Oh, like the actual way? You have to thank stuff for
the French
that.
way.
I mean that's like the proper way to spell it.
Yeah.
Crouton.
Yeah.
I just went for the phonetic spelling. I was like, yeah, crouton. Like everybody says crouton. I was just like, you.
Yeah.
That's gonna
hey Buck, would you do me a favor and drop some of those links in chat for Garvin there of yours, cheeses?
Where we at? Twitter. Okay.
Yeah, Twitter,
shit.
and then put the YouTube up there. I'm putting you to work, man. Anyway, guys, thanks so much.
Yeah.
This has been episode 9, actual episode 9, because it actually recorded, of the G&G cast. We're so happy you came here to hang out or listen on your own time. You guys are the best.
And if anyone wants a rundown of the last episode 9, I can give you a quick synopsis. We talked for like a good hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we definitely did. I felt bad that we lost it. It was a good episode too, I thought. If you want to bring that topic back again sometime, we definitely should.
Yeah, I can give you like a 2-minute rundown.
What's yours, Bread? What's your Twitter?
It's Bread Time. And then don't forget to put the Grenades Goblins one as well. Anyway, guys.
Yeah.
Smash some muffins this week. We'll see you next week.
Smash them up, dog!
Next Monday here, live on Twitch. And this will be posted tomorrow on YouTube. Have a good night. Bye-bye, dude. Anyway, hopefully you guys are all having a great day. Welcome to G&G Cast. It is episode 8. We've made it back to episode 8. Hopefully, I don't know. How's everyone's week been?